Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Hey, 8 months away from the World Cup, hosted in part by Canada, games in Vancouver. Can you put into words just how excited you are?
Yeah, even when you say 8 months, it seems like there's no time here left until the World Cup is upon us. But yeah, I think as a team, we've kind of been having our eye on this for 2 years since I've been in charge. And, I think we've been on a good journey and we've accomplished a lot in the last 14, 15, 16 months. But, I think once it gets here, it's going to be such a big event that I don't think any of us will really be ready for it.
You talk about accomplishing a lot. September, back-to-back wins in Europe, unprecedented, 1-0 over Wales, 3-0 over Romania. What did those results do for your program, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, look, in the last 13 months, we've played 15 matches and we have 1 loss. So this team is confident, has gathered a lot of experiences, is young, but very dynamic and exciting to watch. And more than anything, I think they believe they can beat anyone right now. So we're going to be challenged by that in some of our next opponents. Specifically now coming up, we have in this window, Australia and Colombia, and 2 games that we're really excited about.
Jesse, what style do you employ? What style do you use? And what style do you want your players to play?
Yeah, I mean, if you think of high press basketball, that's a version of what we play on the football pitch. So we like to press opponents. We like to be very good at counter pressing. We like to play vertically and be very good in transition. And we have dynamic athletes. Like I advertise us as one of the fastest teams in the world. And I want us to always play like that. I want us to look like we're one of the fastest teams in the world. And so it's been a pleasure coaching these guys. They're all very humble, very committed, very selfless athletes, and they love playing for the national team. And they know how important this home World Cup is for the sport in the country and for all the fans.
Hey, Jesse, the last World Cup 2022, so many big victories along the way, competed well there. What feedback do you get from other countries about Canada and where they are as a soccer country now?
I still think we're garnering respect and earning respect around the world. But, we've been climbing the FIFA charts. We've been collecting victories and really good performances against really good teams. You mentioned Romania and Wales. I think both of those teams, we earned a lot of respect by how we, not just that we won those games on European soil, but by how we played. I don't think we're going to be a team that anyone in the World Cup is going to want to play. And more importantly, I think our players believe that they can have a really good World Cup and that they can knock off some big opponents.
Can you give us an update on Alphonso Davies, the knee injury?
Yeah, so he's back doing some individual training on the pitch. He's close to joining the Bayern Munich team. He's moving along right on schedule. And I think everybody at Bayern Munich and the communication we've had between the club and the country here in Canada, that everyone feels like he's on the right path.
Jesse, I don't know if you know this, but the Vancouver Whitecaps are some great soccer this year. They've been doing really, really well. One of their players, Ali Ahmad, talk about him, the season he's had, and are you monitoring him pretty good?
Yeah, I think, look, it's been fun watching Vancouver this year. I think Jesper's done a really good job with them and certainly winning the Canadian Championship, going to the final in CONCACAF Champions League are 2 big accomplishments. They're hunting the trophy in MLS. And I think, Ali's confidence and form has started and developed a lot by the kinds of performances he's put together for the national team. I've challenged him and we've challenged him to be dynamic, to sprint more, to be more aggressive, also to physically maximize himself by getting in the gym, by being fitter. And in all those ways, I think it's helped him gather confidence and then be in great form for both club and country. So I'm really happy for him and really happy with him. And he's become a really important player for our team.
Away from soccer for a second, Jesse, if you don't mind. You're from Racine, Wisconsin. You had some very strong things to say about the whole 51st state controversy. What did you know about Canada before you took this job, and what do you know now?
Well, I was the Montreal Impact coach. It's now called
Yeah.
the CF Montreal back in 2012. And I have a good relationship with a lot of Canadian friends and people I know from up north here. And so I've always had a real strong appreciation for the type of people here, the mentality of the kindness and generosity that I think Canadian people embody. And I in the moment that I made those comments, I wanted to make sure that as an American, I stood up for what I believed in, and not just because I'm a coach of the Canadian national team, but because of the experiences I've had here and the friendships I have with the people in this country. So I was proud to make those comments. I didn't want to become a political figure. Maybe more. I became one more than I had hoped. But I always feel some people say, "Oh, stay in your lane," and you're a soccer coach. But like when we have these platforms and we have things that we're passionate about, I think it's our duty to say things that we believe in, even if it means that a lot of people aren't going to agree with what we have to say. So I disagree with you when you say shut up and be a soccer coach. I'm here to be a person in this world, and if I think I have something meaningful to say, then I'm going to say it.
And one more, if you don't mind, Jesse. My family
Sure.
and I were in Salzburg, Austria in
Oh, nice.
July. You coached Red Bull Salzburg for a couple of years. Why the heck would you leave that place? It was heaven on earth.
It's ein gute Frage, is what we'd say in Austria. Good question. um, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful part of the world. I really enjoyed it, and I heard so much about it before I went there. But I can tell you that summertime is amazing because you can be in the mountains, and whether you're hiking, biking, running, whatever, it's a beautiful city, one of the most beautiful in the world. And then winter is when the country and certainly the region really comes alive. So skiing and being out in nature at that time was amazing. And by the way,
Yes.
pretty outstanding football team at that time, and with players like Erling Haaland and Dominic Szoboszlai and Hee-chan Wang and Patson Daka, Karim Adeyemi, Benji Sheshko. Like I could go down the list of incredible talents that we had in the club at that time. So
Well, yeah.
great success, great fun, great country, great region, amazing.
They were still talking about you when we were there in July, Jesse, as a matter of fact.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Love it.
All the best. All the best. And hey, we'll see you in 8 months.
Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for having me on.